Today, I want to be talking about a topic that comes up a lot during my demos with merchants and home services businesses that are using Wisetack. A very popular topic, which is when to send a pre-qualification versus when to send a financing application. Both are very important parts of the financing process, and we have, our most successful businesses are using both pre-qualifications and financing applications to close customers and upsell. So I want to talk through kind of the best practices of when it makes sense to send a pre-qualification versus a financing application or a loan application. So first, something to know about pre-qualifications. They are a sales tool for your team. So when sending out a pre-qualification, don't think of it as a payment tool. Think of it as a sales tool. And what it does is it shows customers what their full purchasing power with Wisetack is. So they're going to be able to, apply in 45 seconds with a soft credit pull that doesn't affect their credit at all to check options and see the max approval amount that they can get a loan for with Wisetack. And what that's going to do as a sales team member is help that customer, that end consumer, the homeowner, start thinking in terms of monthly payments rather than having to pay out of pocket up front. And so it gives your team a chance to really present like a good, better, best type option where when a customer is maybe only paying $100 more a month for a job, they can opt into and say yes to that best in class solution to their problem, and make sure that they're getting the best possible work done while paying for it in an affordable way. And if you haven't seen what the Wisetack pre-qualification process looks like, this is what a customer will see when they pre-qualified for financing with Wisetack. And what they can do is essentially type in different dollar amounts and see what their monthly payments would be at these different dollar amounts. So if I'm evaluating a project, maybe it's like a re-roof, but I'm also thinking about potentially adding on gutters to that project. If it's going to be $8,000, maybe my monthly payment is $173. But if I'm getting quoted, $11,000 for the gutters, I can hit update, and then I'll continue to get personalized loan offers for these different dollar amounts. And so it's only $238 a month to do the full re-roof plus get my gutters added on. And it's, adding $60, $70 a month. Potentially I'm opting into doing that because of the fact that the delta or the difference between the monthly payments is so small. So that's really the power of the pre-qualification tool. And you want to be bringing it up as early as you possibly can. This is kind of a guide to when it makes sense to be bringing up pre-qualifications. You want to be sending them to customers when you're, scheduling a job so that they can pre-qualify before you're even on site. Before you've really discussed the price of the job with the customer, that's when you want to be pre-qualifying them. So when you're going and walking the property, doing an inspection, when you're going in to give an estimate or a quote on a specific project, that's when you want to be bringing up the fact that you offer financing and allowing them to pre-qualify, which once again is a soft credit pull and doesn't affect their credit to get approved. Now, when it comes to sending out a loan application, really you want to do that when you know the final price. So once the scope of the work has really been discussed, you know what the exact price is going to be for that customer, that's when I'd recommend moving forward with the financing application. You can see within the Wisetack portal that we have the ability to basically follow up a pre-qualification right away with a loan application. And so really like the best in class, best practice flow is to pre-qualify a customer early in the process before you just decide on a price, have the discussion about the work that you want to be doing, what they want to opt into. And then once you've agreed upon the scope of work and what that project is going to cost, sending that loan application as a follow-up so they can lock in their offer. As a reminder on the pre-qualifications last for 14 days. So when a customer pre-qualifies, we'll hold that pre-qualification for them for 2 weeks, 14 days before it will expire. And a loan application will be locked in and we'll hold that approval for 90 days. So pre-qualifications are not going to last the same amount of time as a loan application. They can get approved from a pre-qualification. We'll hold that for 14 days, but it'll expire after those 2 weeks. And so they would have to reapply at that point to get approved for financing. So I recommend putting that pre-qualification into your sales process, locking in, some kind of price or agreeing on a scope of work with that customer, and then following with that loan application to lock in the offer after that price is agreed upon. I'll also link in the video our guide on when to send a pre-qualification versus when to send a financing application and some best practices there. But hopefully this was helpful for you in terms of kind of understanding when it makes sense to pre-qualify someone versus when to send that financing application. Thanks.